Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the next 48 hours. We're going to open up the energy of the reading today with the coyote spirit, that old trickster. It says, trust in divine detours. Okay? And we may feel reluctant to follow that coyote, right? Because the coyote does have a tendency to play tricks and jokes and has a weird sense of humor. But we've got to also trust in that spirit. Trust in that energy that's taking us down a different corridor, because it might be, we're entering a new era of our life. It might be that there are major upgrades down that road, We've got to trust in that and not try to just stick to the road we're on thinking that's the safe road. We might be missing out on a whole lot of good stuff, all right? So let's use the Rider-Waite, and let's get into it. All right, we have a Six of Wands. You've got the Sun card as well. Here we have an Eight of Swords. We have a King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is the very fixed earth energy, builder kind of energy. So yeah, that makes sense that like this is the road we're on now. And it may feel like, well, I don't want detours. Because what I'm doing is working. Well, I kind of feel like the detours happen to us whether we are sort of looking for them or not, right? And we have a Seven of Wands. I don't do reversals. Ace of Cups, Four of Cups, the Death card, and a Queen of Cups. A lot of good water energy now. The Ace, I think, is there. The Ace is us kind of realizing that this detour, the detours of life may be blessings in disguise, right? They may be leading to much better things than we thought. The Four of Cups is kind of like, we've got to be willing to accept, that detour. Especially when with the Death card is telling us that things change and we don't really get a say in that. We can't change the course of a river. We can nudge it here and there. We can try to make but we can go with that flow, and we can make it beneficial to us, right? But we can't fight against the process of change. So when there is a detour, when life gives us a detour, I feel like the only real choice we have is to trust it, even though it kind of, the coyote spirit plays some jokes and some tricks on us. There's really no alternative. We're kind of in that tight spot, Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right here. We're going to put our little sea turtle friend right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card is, put your prediction in the comments down beneath the video. Now let's look around the room. We see major and major arcana cards. We see the Sun and we see the Death card, right? So I feel that, there is a transition from kind of an old life to a new life. I really feel like you're entering a new era. And I feel like it is going to be an upgrade. But there's some hesitation, there's some reluctance there, of course, especially with our 8 and our 7 and our 4. Feels like there is a little bit of a nervousness about the way things are progressing. And really, with the coyote spirit, we just don't trust the coyote, because the coyote has kind of a wicked sense of humor. And, this upgrade or this new era may be coming about in your life in a way that is unexpected, and it feels kind of strange. You know what I mean? So I can see that, the coyote spirit may be very active. We start out with our Six of Wands, though. This is victory and recognition. Okay? And this could really be like, it could be a big win that's happening in your life that is like, your efforts have paid off. I feel like other people have noticed that. And I feel like your confidence is sort of growing here with this. And I think next 48 hours, you're going to get that victory and that recognition. I think this is you maybe realizing that, hey, I can I can handle things. I can face challenges, and I can go forward, and I can embrace the detours, you know? Because the 6 is a victory after a fight. Okay, after a struggle, we realize, hey, I came out okay, you know? I feel like your determination is very inspiring to other people. This may be an opportunity for you to lead. And maybe this is you kind of leading other people on a detour, saying, hey, follow me, everybody. I know a shortcut. Okay? I feel like there's a confidence here for you. And I feel like it is a recognition of your efforts. I feel like this is you sharing your success with the people that have helped you and supported you. And this is the growth of confidence. I think that this is, in this period of time, for the next 48 hours, Scorpio, you're going to be recognized for something. And I don't think you were expecting it. I don't think that you really like the limelight. I don't think that you really are comfortable with compliments or with praise. But I feel like kind of like you're being pushed into a leadership role. It's like someone's like lifting you up on their shoulders, and you're just like, no, please put me down. I don't like the attention. I feel like you don't like that kind of attention or recognition, even when it's for a job well done. This is you getting that praise and getting that sort of compliment. And I think that it's you, or for a lot of you, I think that this is now, you're kind of being pushed into a position of leadership or a position of prominence, where you're going to be a little bit more out there or noticed by people, right? The Sun card too. The Sun card is joy and vitality and clarity, but it's also recognition. It's also you stepping into the light. Okay? And so the detour, the coyote detour, might be like, yeah, you know what? You're going to get all the good things in life, but guess what? You're gonna be like on stage. People are gonna be looking at you. The spotlight's gonna be on you. So it's kind of like, it's that little bit of irony, you know? Because I feel like you kind of like to be behind the scenes. You kind of like to be like backstage doing that work, succeeding anonymously. This is now very, very prominent, okay? But it is success. And it is you celebrating your progress and celebrating the win. And again, the confidence is sort of growing. So it feels like Spirit's telling you, trust in that confidence and allow yourself to move boldly forward, even if there is a challenging aspect to it. I feel like this is your life, this is your destiny unfolding. And the joke is just kind of like, yeah, you're going to get all this great success, but it's, you know, it's kind of like you got to step out of your comfort zone a little bit, you know. I feel like this is you stepping into the light, and you know, if I were you, I would try to kind of swallow my nerves and take that bold step, you know, and know that this is kind of like, this is the challenge that's going to help you grow in your life. Yeah. I feel like this is a card really that's saying, hey, enjoy the limelight, enjoy the spotlight, enjoy the success. Don't overthink it. Okay? We overthink it and we get that stage fright. I feel like you're leading at least yourself, or perhaps a group of people too, into a detour of sorts, where you're going to have to sort of work hard, and you're going to have to fight, and you're going to have to assert yourself and stand up for yourself. You're going to have to advocate, and it's going to be really challenging, because I feel like you like to be in the background. But the 8 of Swords here is you kind of overthinking. This is you doubting yourself. Okay? This is the feeling that you know, being kind of limited and being stuck or being trapped or being helpless. Okay? This may be fear and doubt that are clouding the vision for some of you. You got this wonderful 6 of Wands and this wonderful Sun card. But this is kind of like we're bound and hoodwinked. We don't see it. We don't believe it. We're doubting it. there's a little bit of, a little bit of fear and doubt clouding our vision. So I feel like we need to loosen the binds of, of worry and step into that limelight. Step confidently into this detour. And the detour really it's a very positive detour, but it's kind of one where you got to step into your authenticity. You've got to let your light is radiating out from you, and you can't dim that shine, So I feel like this is kind of a need for you to embrace that authenticity and embrace the fact that, look, other people are noticing you, other people are seeing what you're doing, and you can't hide that away. So take credit for the work that you've done. You're reaching a milestone, an accomplishment, a victory. Right, that Six of Wands, you're achieving something. And the Sun card is saying, you deserve to stand up and say, yeah, that was my project or my art piece or my business deal or my proposal or whatever it is, right? Step up and take credit for it. To step up and with confidence and say, yeah, that was mine. I did that, and I'm going to go do it again, The King of Pentacles, this is prosperity, and this is discipline. This is you with an authority and with wisdom and patience. Okay, I feel like a lot of you are perhaps finding new opportunities for financial wins. Okay, this is the builder. This is you building security. This is a very responsible energy, very careful planning, very steady, very grounded, and very wise. Now, I think sometimes the King of Pentacles, especially in that position, may be saying that you've been in a very comfortable routine, that you've had a certain amount of prosperity or discipline, and this fixed earth energy might have started to become a little bit inflexible. It's saying, I'm very good at what I do, but only within certain parameters. So again, with the fixed earth energy, it feels like this is a very particular road, very particular kind of terrain. And that trickster, that wily coyote, is taking you off-road a little bit, taking you just on a little bit of a detour that is unfamiliar. Because the King of Pentacles is so good at what they're doing, they say, I can do it with my eyes closed. And look at them, the eyes are closed, right? I'm so familiar with this, I could drive this road with my eyes closed. Don't actually do that, by the way. But it's kind of like, now this detour spirit, the universe, the coyote spirit, is taking you on a detour where you kind of got to pay attention more. And it's kind of going to feel weird because it's not what you're used to. But it's growth and it's more prosperity, and with that comes a little bit more recognition or a little bit more responsibility or a little bit more confidence, but also a little bit more fear, a little bit more anxiety because I'm doing something I'm not familiar with. When we go outside of our comfort zone, it's like we're going from backstage. I'm happy. I'm hooking wires up. I'm running the mics. I'm doing all this good stuff. I'm at home back there. Put me in front of the stage. In front of the camera. It's like suddenly it's like a deer in the headlights. Okay, and that's kind of the transition here. I feel like you're stepping into a new era. It's going to be a major upgrade. But there's a reluctance there because it's like you're going from your backstage comfortable job to center stage. Okay, center stage. And, I feel like it comes down to a choice, whether we're going to resist this or if we're going to go with the flow. Okay, you got a Nine of Wands here as well, which to me kind of feels like maybe there is, deep down, maybe there's a little bit of, we're feeling maybe a little bit tired or even a little bit unfulfilled by the road that we were on before. Let me put it that way. Okay, so maybe the Nine of Wands, the figure here in this card, is saying, well, maybe we're looking for a change. There we may be feeling tired of the road that we've been on. Yeah. I feel like this is a strength card, by the way. Okay. I feel that in a way it's saying that, look, you've been on that other road for a long time. And you're overdue for an upgrade. You're overdue for something new. For something that's going to take you, toward more of the good stuff in life. But it's again, it's taking you out of your comfort zone. It's putting you in the spotlight that you're not really comfortable with. I feel like this is like you're on the verge of a really significant win. I think there's something that's almost completed for you. It feels like there is this final push for a lot of you that's going to lead to that success, and that success is like catapulting you to a new reality, entering that new era. Okay, really major upgrade. And just looking at these cards here, it's extraordinary because it does feel like, yeah, you've done so well at something, and you're about to put the finishing touches on it. You're going to get the victory. You're going to get the recognition, the joy, and the pleasure, and the confidence, and the applause. You're going to get all the awards, but yet we still have this Eight of Swords. Yeah, we still have a little bit of this doubt. It's almost like you have a hard time accepting the praise and accepting those accolades. Okay. And again, with the Nine of Wands here, I feel like there is kind of these boundaries there. You're trying to protect your energy, but I feel like it's, it's kind of like you'd rather do the hard work and let somebody else take the credit. I don't feel like you're doing that. I feel like you're going to take the credit here, and you know that it's going to lead you to a lot of really, really good things. You have a Seven of Wands as well. And this, it may feel like you kind of need to defend yourself. This is you standing firm in your win. And the way I feel like this is you not letting anybody else take the credit for what you've done. This is you meeting the challenges as you move forward. If this is a new era for you and you are experiencing these upgrades, I feel like this is you now putting in that work. Okay? That you're overcoming challenges. You have courage, you have perseverance. There will be opposition, but they're not going to shake you. They're not going to rattle you. Okay? Protect your energy. The main thing I'm feeling with this card is that don't let anybody else take credit for what you've done. You need to take the credit for this. Okay? Believe in yourself. Believe in what you've accomplished. Believe that it's not luck. It wasn't a fluke. It wasn't, beginner's luck or the one-hit wonder kind of thing. No, believe that you did it because you worked hard, because of your own strength and resilience, that you're accomplishing something, and you're not going to let anybody take it away from you, not even yourself. This is you battling your own demons of doubt, as well as anybody else around you that might try to raise their hand and say, that was me. I did that. That was me. And you're saying, no, that was all me, right? And the Six of Wands, let's not forget, we want to be generous with the win. We want to be very generous winners, right? So just keep that in mind too. But I think that what we see on the path of the dove is a lot of the hard work, overcoming doubt, overcoming the problems and the issues and the complexity of something and really getting the win. And this is going to propel you into the new era. Okay? This is what's led to the upgrade. All of this hard work, commitment. And now you're being given a gift, and it's going to be very, very satisfying. The Ace of Cups is a new emotional beginning. This is love. This is joy. This is healing. This is how good it feels to get the win, to get the recognition. This is the emotional upgrade. Your heart is opening and you're receiving. You're receiving the blessings because you earn them and you deserve them. And whether it's through relationships or creativity or even spiritual practice. A lot of you, this is going to be through your career. You got a lot of this fire energy over here on the path of the dove. All that hard work now is being rewarded with the Ace of Cups. Be receptive to the blessings. Allow yourself to receive all the praise and allow it to feel good because you've earned it, you deserve it. You're not letting it go to your head or inflate your ego too big, but you can feel good about what you've done. You can feel good about your accomplishments, okay? And I feel like now you're sort of letting your heart guide you. And it's time to not hold back your feelings. This is also about you having gratitude and kindness, but also I think the people around you, whether at work, at home, at school, I feel like they're offering their gratitude toward you. And their kindness is coming into you. Okay? I feel like this is a cup that is receiving. Because what we see with the wands especially, but also the sun card, is a lot of giving. Giving your energy, giving your time, effort, energy, money, and space, fighting for something, okay? Working hard to the point of exhaustion for something, being strong for something, being committed, showing up every day and putting in the work for something. Okay. So now it makes sense that all of this is energy going out. This is energy coming in. This is love and bliss and blessings coming in. Okay. But Four of Cups, right? There may be some restlessness or even a disconnect kind of happening here for you. Almost as if like this isn't for you, or that there's something that is like you're kind of refusing the gift. You're refusing the blessings, you know, or saying that you don't deserve them or they weren't meant for you, but they are. They are meant for you. Okay. So this is kind of like, you know, you got to take credit. You're being offered, you're being given this gift of this cup. You've got to take it because this is for you, right? So don't ignore what's being offered to you, even though you may feel a little uncomfortable. Like the Four of Cups, this is somebody that like is uncomfortable, like being complimented, you know? Or somebody says, hey, Scorpio, you did a good job, and you kind of like, you don't know how to take it, you know? You got to learn because you've earned it and you deserve it. And this is a detour that is a mighty fine detour. But again, the joke, the coyote, the trickster is like, this is outside your, you don't know how to handle this. It's like suddenly you're a celebrity. You don't know how to handle it. Suddenly you're a millionaire. I don't know what to do with that. It's good, it's a blessing, but it's weird and it's uncomfortable and I don't know how to behave. I don't know where to hold my hands or like where to put my arm, you know. It's just that weirdness about it. But I think you're going to get used to it because I think it's an upgrade for you. And I think that you have to be willing to accept this because of all of this energy over here. You've done the work, Scorpio. Now, I want you to hit the like button and push this video out to everybody that needs to see it. Okay? It's very important. I appreciate that, and so does everybody else. I really, you know, it's hard out here. So I need all the help that we can get to keep this channel going. Before we talk about the rest of the cards, I want to do a manifestation oracle card here, all right? And then we'll move on. We'll talk about the Death card. We'll talk about that Queen of Cups. Your manifestation card says the Cross of Faith. The Cross of Faith. Balance effort with trust and intention with surrender. I make my dreams real. Okay, it's weird today because every reading that I did has a reference to the reading before it. So for you, Scorpio, the Cross of Faith is a reference to the Libra reading. In Libra, we had a reference to the Virgo reading. In the Virgo reading, we had a reference to the Leo reading. So it's very strange, really weird day. But the Cross of Faith, it's like you're balancing your effort with that trust and intention and surrender, which really brings us to the Death card. Because the death card is saying, look, there's closure here. Something has run its course. This fight is over. This fight is done. You have won. And the ending of this, it's kind of like you got comfortable in this fight mode because this is what you knew for so long. The death card is saying, this fight mode is over. Something's run its course. There's a new beginning. So you've got to let go of the old here. Let go of this fight energy and embrace what's coming in. It's a transformation. It's a detour now because it's like maybe you were expecting your life, right? The road of your life, you were expecting it to be just fight, struggle. Okay, so that's the road we got comfortable on. But now the trickster coyote is bringing you a detour. And that's a detour of like, no more fighting. Now it's just water, water, water. Even the death card, Scorpio, because guess what the death card is? It's your superpower card. Yeah, I was saving that little gem for the end of the reading here. So this is you, embracing the destiny, embracing the transformation of your soul and aura and your personality and yourself. Okay? Letting go of the old version of you that was either maybe for some of you like behind the scenes, or that version of you that was just like, life's always got to be a struggle, and it's kind of almost like we have this resignation to like always be battling life. You know, it's always going to be hard. Life's always going to be tough. There's always going to be challenges. I feel like, yeah, I mean, that's true. But then the death card is saying, look, that phase or that old version of you is done. You've paid your dues. It's time for the good stuff now. And that transformation may be unsettling to you, Scorpio. It may feel weird, like I said, but it's bringing the upgrades. It's bringing the renewal. It's bringing the healing. So you are trusting, right? Trust. Balance your effort with trust and intention and surrender, and you're going to make your dreams real. So this is your intention. This is you saying, I can fight. I'm in control. I know what I'm doing. And now the death card is saying, it's the flow of the universe. Change is happening. You can't control everything. You have to surrender to the process of change. That's what the death card is. You know that, Scorpio, because this is your power card. That the death card is just the card of change, of transformation. It's the nature of nature. It's the fundamental force of the universe, that things are going to progress, that things will never stay the same. Well, part of the Eight of Swords is like that stagnation, right? It's just sort of, it's rumination on the same problems. You're overcoming something. You're reaching the end of a cycle here. And it's natural now that we're sort of being reborn in this love energy, going from all this fire to all this water. It kind of, in a way, is suggesting that the big period of struggle in your life is giving way to a period of ease and comfort and delight and recognition and compliments. And that's the detour. That feels like, my life wasn't supposed to go that way. It's a very good thing, though, you know? So embrace the new chapter of your life and, and be open to how it's going to unfold. And now we have a Queen of Cups, which is kind of looking at the past in a way and having a difficult time letting go or processing all of this energy. Like this is somebody that has been in fight mode for so long that, when you're in love mode, it takes a while to get out of the fight mode. Okay, the queens are all about the transitions. So transitioning from fire to water might take time. But I feel like the next 48 hours is when you're going to get this win, this confirmation that fight mode is over. And then we can start to embrace this energy. And this may take a lot longer than 48 hours when we sort of accept that, okay, you mean every day is not going to be me fighting for my life, This is compassion. This is emotional wisdom. This is empathy. This is a deep connection with other people. This is you now healing and nurturing yourself, and sort of nurturing the people that support you. nurturing the people that look to you for support. This is interconnectedness. It's not competition. It's compassion. It's family. It's harmony. It's consonance, right? We're resonating with the people around us. Maybe on the path of the dove, this was like you're in a free-for-all battle, competition, fight kind of energy. And now on the path of the serpent, it's all water. Now it's like we're all family. And it's kind of hard to make that transition. It's difficult, right? It's difficult to transition from fire to water. So some of you are literally like, going from a life where it's been competitive, it's been battle, it's been fight, it's been high anxiety, to a life of ease and pleasure and calmness and slowing down. And it may feel weird to transition, okay? But this is, this is emotional care. This is radical self-love, self-compassion, self-acceptance, Radical self-care, kindness. We're creating harmony. And we're receiving the blessings, and it's feeling good. For some of you, this is going to be a significant transformation of your love life, your relationship. For some of you, it's going to be a radical transformation of, your career or your financial life, or just the burden, the difficulty of life. So something's happening in the next 48 hours that's going to take your life from being hard and competitive and struggle focused to love, community, family focused, harmony focused, ease and pleasure focused, okay? And it may be a difficult transition. That's the message anyway. Let's look at the mystery card over here. What do we think this is going to be? Well, maybe Wheel of Fortune, maybe Empress, maybe 9 or a 10 of Pentacles. I would like to see some Pentacles here, I think. If you have a prediction, please put it in the comments. Here we go. The Page of Wands, interesting. Page of Wands is kind of like saying, we're in this new era of pleasure and ease and harmony and love and bliss and all these good things, and you're still kind of walking around like looking for something to get into, maybe feeling the freedom now that's saying, I don't have to fight for anything now. I can just sort of, I can choose what feels good, what feels passionate, what feels exciting in my life. And this might be a very, very, very welcomed change. Because sometimes with these cards, especially the 9, the 7 as well, it kind of feels like we're fighting because we don't have a choice. Fighting because, well, it's survival, right? But then the Page of Wands is not fighting for survival. The Page of Wands is pursuing creativity. That you might still have this very active and fiery creative energy, but now it's not out of necessity, it's out of like curiosity. And now it's like, I got a lot of ideas. What do I want to pursue? I'm inspired. Where do I want to explore? There's playfulness. There's a youthful vitality here. So let's not think that we're losing the fire. The fire, your passion and your intensity, Scorpio, that's what is transforming. From necessity, survival mode to I get to experiment, I get to explore, I get to be creative. The world is open to me now, and I can sort of, I can experiment. Yeah, new projects. So for a lot of you, this is like a big win at work. That's now it's not just like struggling to get by. It's kind of like now you're being given your own department, your own resources, and saying, you just get to create and invent stuff. And you're just like, wow, okay, that's kind of cool. It's not just now like you have a set of orders you got to follow. It's like you get to experiment. You get to run your own lab and decide what excites you. What do you want to explore? What do you want to experiment? What do you want to work on? Yeah, this is really fine energy. I love this here. This is great. We're going to do an extended reading. Click on the join button right down there. Scorpio, I thank you. I love you. And we're all in this together.